kahi amoe lana mali e a oia i o he I o kumu he I o lau he I o lono a ke aloha e ho o ulu mai e ho o ulu mai e ho o ulu ai ka veli a ke aloha a ke aloha a ke aloha au te aroa. Aloha mai kākou pau. My name is Manu Meyer. I'm the fifth daughter of Emma Aluli and Harry Meyer. And we're from Mo'okapu, Kailua, and before that Wailuku, Kipahulu, Kohala, and Hilo One. It's a pleasure to be here today. My job today is to introduce to you the idea of epistemology. Shall we begin there? Because epistemology, let's spell it together, E-P-I-S-T-E-M-O-L-O-G-Y, epistemology. We have to start there because it's the idea of knowledge. We have to look at knowledge, we have to think through knowledge, and we have to ask ourselves, what is knowledge? What is intelligence? What is the difference between knowledge and knowing? What is knowledge, knowing, and understanding? How are they different? Because they are. And we know that because we have systems that are indigenous, that are old, that are ancient, that teach us these ideas. Mana'o'i'o is our knowing in a Hawaiian sense. It means knowledge that goes to knowing because we've experienced it. Mana'olana is ideas that still float. They're ideas, mana'olana, that is simply knowledge. It's separate from our experience. And then there's aloha. Aloha is a type of knowing that leads to understanding because you have service to others. So we say in Hawaii, and which is the best out of those three ways? It's aloha. Po mai ka ina mea apau. Aloha is the intelligence with which we meet life. That was an idea that Kumuhula Olana Kaipo'ai taught me and taught us. Aloha is our intelligence. Isn't that a radical idea? Isn't that a radical idea? It's a rigorous idea. It's a liberating idea when you teach yourself and you exhibit the intelligence of loving. We think it is here in Hawaii. And indigenous people around the planet know that it's a more rigorous, vigorous time to practice this coherent idea of loving. It's actually a very important one. It's very rigorous. It's the new old intelligence that the planet is asking for. And so this type of rigor, as it is practiced, I call it a coherent practice. It's the effulgent coherence of awareness. That's the kind of reality we must plug into nowadays. And so in Hawaii and in parts of the Pacific, we are practicing a season called Makahiki. When the Pleiades rises, we believe we have a connection to these star clusters, and we actually believe we come from these systems. It's not like a shocking idea, it's a truthful one. So as we mellow into that truth and recognize the rigor and the truth of that idea, that life is found in over 100 potential billion star systems, you know that we have a connection to a cosmic consciousness that is beyond us currently, right now. If knowledge is the noun and knowing is the verb and understanding is the liberating practice, what do you want to understand in your life? Isn't that a great question? What brings you meaning? What gives you meaning? When you do that in the practice of deep self-inquiry, then you hit the bottom of your own regenerative spirit. That we truly know that true wealth is about giving, collaboration is more of an enduring practice, and truth-telling is a higher frequency than the accumulation of facts. So epistemology asks these questions. What is the difference between knowledge, knowing, and understanding? And then what is intelligence? And we have to see these things, because once you really ask those questions, then you start to see, hey, how come our fourth graders hate school, or our kindergartens hate school? Because our school system is corrupted with a lower frequency of thought patterns. That's why we have to wake up together. Let's wake up and observe and interpret differently, like my sister Melly has taught us today in her dreams. Observation and then interpretation. These are the two fundamental principles of a changed practice. We've got to observe it differently. And for Hawaiians, the word for knowledge, you know what the word for knowledge is? It's ike. It means to see. And once we see it differently, we will collectively respond to it differently. And that's a discipline. That's a practice. You've got to find what it is that is your practice. It should not connect to money at all. At all. Money is not the negative frequency, but unhook from that as a motivator, because that isn't an enduring one. The world around us is imploding. We must be of service to higher principles. And that's what an indigenous epistemology is bringing us back to over and over and over. The Aloha Aina, the Malama Aina, the love of land, the care of ocean. These are basic principles that we must head back into in our own hearts, hands, and minds. And that's an enlightened practice of what knowledge, knowing, and understanding ultimately means. And this is just a short-minute discussion to demystify a very complex idea. It's not. It's a simple idea. What is knowledge? What is knowing? What is understanding? How do they shape our experience of those things? We all need to ask these questions. And as we live out the answers, we're going to discover the mysteries of this unbelievably enlightening time. You're going to see it as a time of awakening. I mean, your choice. And the choice is actually koho'ia, we say in Hawaii. It's choiceless. We are brought to this time of tension for a specific purpose. We are all going to wake up together. You are already awake. You just think you're not. I love that. That's what the Buddha teaches me. You have been nothing but awake. You just thought you're asleep. Isn't that beautiful? I have been nothing but awake. I've just thought I've been asleep. So that changes my thought patterns. And I can see that aloha is the true intelligence of the planet. Come to Hawaii. We've got lots of projects. Or stay home, better yet, and divinate and dive and explore into your own self and home and family. You are the center of the revolution. Believe that and watch what happens. Everything will shift. The cosmic field, the Akashic field, Paticca Samuppada, mutual causality, all the old ancient words that connect me with you, koau kokoi kokoi koau, all those ideas of a oneness then gets triggered when you are able to see my difference and love me no matter. Practice of loving actually opens our eyes. It doesn't close it. It matures us. It doesn't keep us naive or immature. It matures us. The knowledge, knowing, and understanding that comes from the practice of aloha will radically change this planet. So mau ke aloha no Hawaii, mau ke aloha no Hawaii. Love always for the place that we know is wide and expansive in our hearts and minds. Aloha ahuiho.